Growing up, Jim Bob Bizzell was always an active child, and with a Permian football legend as a dad and siblings also in sports, there was no question he would be athletic as well. What he didn't know is that his sports path would be extremely challenging, but extremely rewarding.
As an athlete in high school, that was my goal in life, was to be a professional athlete. And
Jim Bob Bizzell has always had extreme athletic ability.
He played football at Permian. He was a starting safety for McMurray in Abilene, and he wanted to run track, and he never has ever ran track in his life.
When I was in college, I fell in love with running track. I didn't get to do it in high school from a previous accident, and I kind of grew into my body, and we were good. And if you're good, you're always winning, and of course you're going to love it.
I thought, there ain't no way you can run track. But anyway, he got on the track team. They went to nationals, I think, 2 years while he was there, and won nationals.
Then, in March 2007, suddenly talent didn't matter anymore. Jim Bob was riding a motorcycle when the bike flipped and landed on him.
Of course, you're going to go big and show your friends how cool you really are. And I landed on my back, but my leg got kind of underneath my body, and it just mangled my foot off completely. Like, I had no idea it happened. Snap of a finger, your foot was gone.
And we got a phone call that Jim Bob's been taken to the hospital. Didn't know why or what. And we nearly went and ate dinner instead of went to the hospital, because I figured, oh, he just broke his arm again or whatever.
5 hours later, we amputated it off 6 inches below my knee.
Jim Bob knew his life would be completely different, and he was determined to make the best of it by becoming an Olympian.
I was missing my leg, and I didn't want to just feel sorry for myself, so I was only in the hospital for a day and a half and told my parents while I was there that I was going to run track again, and that I was going to go to Beijing. And my dad told me I was nuts. There's no way you're going to be able to make it.
I told him he was full of it, but he hadn't had his prosthesis yet. He don't know how to walk. And here he's saying he's going to go run like a year and a half later at Beijing. And
I just told myself I got to pick myself back up and get on with this. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm still taking a breath.
Welcome back. Last night we introduced you to Jim Bob Bizzell, a talented athlete who lost part of his leg in a motorcycle accident in 2007. In the hospital, he told his family he would compete in the 2008 Paralympic Games. But as Jim Bob would find out from his trainer, the odds of being able to compete a year and a half after losing his limb were slim to none.
I told him that I was wanting to run, and he told me that I wasn't going to be running at all this year. I was going to prove him wrong, and just to show everybody that I was capable of doing the things that I wanted to do. Just because I've been in a little accident doesn't mean I got to stop everything in my life.
The word stop is not in Jim Bob Bizzell's vocabulary. With only a year and a half until the Beijing Paralympics, he definitely had to move full steam ahead.
My prosthesist at that time told me I was getting my first leg. I walked right there in the office my first day I put it on. I walked for about 3 or 4 days with the crutches, and I just threw them to the side because I didn't need them anymore. I didn't want them.
And then, 15 months later, the incredible happened. Jim Bob qualified for the 2008 Paralympic Games.
I was at a 10-year point when I was at 15 months. And then I went to Beijing 17 months after my accident. I broke the world record in the 200 meter, and I broke the record in the 400. And I also broke the world record in the 4x1 relay.
He proved me wrong. He went up there and was in 3 world records, and he's never been down, that kid. I've never seen him be upset or nothing stopping him.
Well, as a fan, it's overwhelming. My adrenaline was going, he was getting ready to run, and I had butterflies and my stomach hurt, and here comes this Jim Bob Bizzell guy in these hot pink Oakleys and hot pink shoestrings, and everybody's flipping through their book. They're like, where did this guy come from? And he just goes out there and just blows everybody's mind. It was pretty awesome.
Of course, 3 medals and 3 world records are not enough for Jim Bob. He is preparing to leave this week for the London Games and has even loftier goals for himself.
I've got to step up to the plate this year. I've still got the world records, and I'm looking to break those in London, and then hopefully push towards that 100 meters that I never got.
Medals may bring sparkle to a fireplace mantle, but Jim Bob brings a light to everyone he comes in contact with.
I get to watch the person that I love the most in the world get to do this, so it makes me just as proud, and he makes me feel a part of everything and takes me along for the ride, and I'm very thankful.
He's my hero. He really is. Like I said, I've never seen this this boy, poor me because I lost a leg, or he's always just positive and smiling and happy, and he's a great kid.
I have a feeling that this was probably a calling for me. I mean, I love it. I would never take my leg back. I get to experience things that I never got to experience before. You're going to go through life every day, and it's going to give you complications and something to fight for and something to get over. It just depends on how you handle it yourself. I mean, this whole leg issue was just mental. That's all it was. It was a mental game. Physically, I lost it, but the hard part is up top, and that's where it all comes into play.